They say love fades when the honeymoon phase ends. For Olivia and Marcus, it didn't fade. It shifted, buried beneath routine, silence, and the chaos of life. They were once inseparable. Now, they were just existing as roommates. Married, yes, but barely holding on. This is their story, not of betrayal or dramatic endings, but of rediscovery. A journey from distance to desire, from silence to connection. A story of how love, when nurtured, can bloom again. The alarm rang at 5:45 a.m. Olivia reached over, hit snooze, and sighed. Across the bed, Marcus barely stirred. 10 years of marriage, and yet lately mornings felt colder, not in temperature, but in presence. They moved like ghosts around each other. Quick greetings, schedules shared through digital calendars. No more lazy kisses in the kitchen or impromptu date nights. Life had become logistics. Olivia often thought about the early years, the passion, the laughter, the way Marcus used to pull her in by the waist and whisper silly things just to see her smile. When had they become just roommates? Marcus felt it too. The quiet, the gap. He missed her, but didn't know how to reach her anymore. Every attempt at connection was met with a polite nod or a distracted hum. Work, bills, responsibilities, they consumed everything, but the heart, even when quiet, remembers. One rainy evening, Olivia found a letter tucked into her journal. Liv, I miss you. Not the version of you I see every day, but the one who used to make up songs in the shower and leave love notes in my lunch bag. I know we drifted. I know it's not just your fault or mine. I just want to find us again. She read it 3 times. It was the first real thing Marcus had said to her in months. That night, she stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, 1,000 memories flooding her mind. The trip to Barcelona, their first apartment, how he cried. On their wedding day, maybe the version of them she missed wasn't gone, just hiding. They sat across from each other at breakfast the next day, a silence stretched tight between them. I got your letter, she said. Marcus looked up, unsure of her reaction. I don't want to lose what we had, she continued, but I don't want to pretend anymore either. Neither do I. They decided to start small, weekly walks. No phones, just conversation. It felt awkward at first, like dating a stranger, but each walk peeled back another layer. Old jokes resurfaced, new thoughts shared. They started seeing each other again, not just with their eyes, but with their hearts. Marcus surprised her one Thursday. We have a date. Don't ask. Just dress nice. It was a salsa class. Olivia laughed the entire time. They were terrible. But for the first time in forever, they were terrible together. They made a pact. Once a week, one person plans a surprise date. It could be anything. A hike, a paint and sip, a movie marathon with childhood favorites. Through these little rituals, they remembered how much fun they had together. Fun had become a luxury in their lives. But now, they were reclaiming it. They agreed to see a marriage counselor, not because they were falling apart, but because they wanted to keep rebuilding. In therapy, Marcus admitted he often felt unseen. I thought being strong meant hiding my stress, he said, Olivia revealed. Her fear of being a burden. I stayed quiet because I thought you had enough on your plate. Tears, laughter, clarity. Their therapist gave them tools, daily check-ins, emotional vocabulary, safe spaces to be raw without judgment. And slowly, their home transformed from a silent space into a sanctuary of openness. It wasn't just about sex. It was about touch, about presence. A gentle hand on the small of her back, his fingers brushing hers as they walked. Shared showers. Long hugs that melted stress. They learned to ask, what do you need tonight? Sometimes the answer was cuddling. Sometimes it was space. And other times it was passion. They began exploring each other again. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. Not to recreate the past, but to write a new chapter. One night, Marcus found an old photo album. They sat on the living room floor, flipping through memories, honeymoon snapshots, goofy faces, holiday dinners. I forgot we were that couple, Olivia whispered. We still are, he replied. We just stopped looking. They cried that night, not out of sorrow, but gratitude for the chance to try again. A year after the letter, they renewed their vows. Nothing fancy, just them, a few close friends and words from the heart. Choose you again, Olivia said. In this version of us, in every version that comes. Marcus held her hands. You were never just a roommate. You were the love I forgot how to see. They kissed, they danced, and they went home, still imperfect, still learning, but together. Love isn't static. It bends, shifts, stretches. It weathers storms. Sometimes, the people we love the most become strangers, but with patience, truth, and intention, strangers can become lovers again. This is not a a fairy tale. It's a choice, daily, hourly. From roommates to lovers again, Olivia and Marcus are proof that love, when watered, blooms twice as beautifully the second time.